Kamala Harris has announced she's finally going to come down to the southern border for a photo op, and the liberal media is going to help script the whole thing. Coming up, I'll tell you why Republicans should do a big press conference in San Diego and show America what the border crisis really looks like. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California, and there's no doubt we have a major border crisis in this country caused by the Biden-Harris administration. And of course, I always say, don't just consider border security to be a federal issue. It is also a state and local issue. Look no further than the sanctuary state of California for proof of that. Kamala Harris has taken criticism, rightfully so, for failing to do anything when Biden appointed her the border czar in March of 2021. The media, of course, has not held her accountable for failing to act in this so-called appointed responsibility. And now, after not doing anything on the border, she's decided weeks before the presidential election to finally show up and look around. Here's the headline. Harris and hundreds of economists endorse Harris as campaign turns focus to Arizona and the border. Harris is expected to visit the U.S.-Mexico border on Friday. She's going to Arizona. Well, I think there's a reason why she selected Arizona. Or she could have also gone to Texas. She's going to Arizona because there's a Democrat governor in Arizona. She doesn't like the fact that in Texas, Greg Abbott has secured the border by sending the state National Guard down to help Border Patrol, doing the job that the Biden-Harris administration refuses to do. So she chooses Arizona because she gets to have a Democrat governor there who didn't send the National Guard troops, the state National Guard troops down to the border. Why did she not come to the hotspot of border activity? You know, Southern California, San Diego sector? Well, because if she did, it would be quite apparent that we have a massive crisis on our hands. You see, when Greg Abbott squeezed his portion of the border with his state guard, the problem flowed like air in a balloon over to the San Diego sector. And take a look at this story here. San Diego leads all sectors in migrant crossings in April, Border Patrol says. And by the way, the last time San Diego was the number one crossing for illegal immigrants was 1999, way back when Bill Clinton had just been exposed as chasing interns in the Oval Office. 1999. And for 25 years, San Diego sector was not number one. But when Greg Abbott did the glorious decision of sending his state guard down to the border, the flow came right across Southern California, San Diego sector. And boy, have we been saddled with the ill effects, the burdens of that massive wave of illegal immigration. More on that in a minute. But San Diego now leads, and we've led since April, in the number of illegal crossings. And one of the reasons why is obviously the Biden-Harris administration has handcuffed Border Patrol agents from doing their job. But the other reason why is that Gavin Newsom and California Democrats, this is why I keep telling you that this is a state issue in addition to being a federal issue. They dangle the carrot of free welfare handouts in front of the illegal immigrants. They actually are helping the human traffickers, the cartels and the coyotes, by providing financial incentives, dangling them, free healthcare, free housing, welfare payments, sanctuary state, free tickets and bus and travel accommodations, by providing a largesse of taxpayer-funded handouts at your expense. Gavin Newsom and California Democrats are literally goosing the system and incentivizing illegal immigration here in California. They're not doing that in Arizona because there's too many Republicans in their legislature still, and their governor has been handcuffed in providing the same level of sanctuary state protections and freebies. But here in California, that's where the border crisis is the worst. And that's why Kamala Harris chose to go to Arizona, not Texas, where Republicans can say, yeah, the reason why the border is more secure here and it's not as big of a problem is that you got a good Republican governor who did the job that you didn't want to do. And of course, she can't come to California because if she shows up anywhere on the border, you just look around and you can see it's a complete and utter crisis point. Here are some of the photos that you're going to see if you came to San Diego. And these are just all San Diego migrant camps in San Diego. And I'm sure on Friday when she's in Arizona, and the liberal media, of course, will help choreograph and script this. You'll see Kamala Harris standing there with orderly, border crossings and, very secure, very controlled environment. You come to San Diego and you see images like these. Hordes of people coming across, tent cities, filth, people just lying on rocks, lying around on the ground. This is what America needs to see. But America won't see that because Kamala Harris's dog and pony show, more like dog crap and horse crap, it is all choreographed and scripted to make it look like the Biden administration and Harris have everything under control, when in fact, nothing can be further from the truth. If you come to ground zero, the San Diego sector. I do believe that the border issue is one of the most important issues in this presidential election. It's one of the most important issues here in the state of California. But sadly, outside of Trump making this a big issue in his campaign, and rightfully so, Republicans have run from the issue. They've kind of drank the Kool-Aid from the liberal media and liberal political consultants and the Democrats that somehow talking about border security is divisive. It'll turn off Latinos. No, the polling shows overwhelmingly. Republican and independent voters and Latino voters all agree we have a border crisis. They want to see aggressive, firm action at the state and local levels, including the federal level. But I can barely find any Republicans in California willing to talk about border security in their campaigns. I think it's a big missed opportunity. At Reform California, we actually have, as one of our many campaigns, and go to reformcalifornia.org to check out our campaign site, we actually have our border security initiative. It's California Secure Borders Initiative. There are 3 elements to this. We want to put this on the ballot. Number 1, repeal sanctuary state law. Number 2, end the welfare benefits that are being dangled in front of illegal immigrants. Number 3, compel the governor to deploy the state guard when a number of illegal crossings reaches a certain threshold. Right now, the governor has the discretion to deploy the state guard, but he's not doing that. Newsom will never do that. He'll never help Border Patrol agents. But we believe we need a state initiative to compel the governor and subject it to judicial review. So any citizen can say, look, the people voted on this initiative. They said that when the illegal crossings in the San Diego or Imperial County sectors are more than 1,000, that the governor is required for 90 days to keep the state National Guard down there. For any one day that it exceeds 1,000, the state National Guard shall be deployed for the following 90 days. And I guarantee you that it will force the governor to do his damn job to back up Border Patrol. Also, by removing the sanctuary state law, you provide the state and local law enforcement resources for Border Patrol agents to kind of take some of that burden off of them. Even Bill Clinton, in his administration, signed an executive order to cross-deputize state and local law enforcement to work with Border Patrol agents on a variety of law enforcement roles. It's common sense. It's efficient. And then finally, getting rid of the welfare. Again, if you get rid of the incentives, then the coyotes and cartels and human traffickers, they'll have a harder time trying to recruit illegal immigrants coming across the border. I want to get every Republican in the state of California to support Reform California's border security initiative. And we make it part of our endorsement guide when we hand out endorsements. By the way, remember that voter guide is available and your ballot will hit your mailbox any day now. Go to electionguidecalifornia.org. That's electionguidecalifornia.org. And you will find the plain English description for every ballot measure on the state ballot as well as your local ballot measures. We found more than 470 hidden tax hikes on local ballots across the state, and we have a list of those so that you're not fooled into voting for a tax increase. But those 10 statewide initiatives are very deceptively worded, and that's why our plain English voter guide is out there and available for your use. And please share the voter guide. Also, we have endorsements for all sorts of candidates, from Congress to Senate to school board and judges. We vet candidates based upon their opposition to tax increases, their support for police, their commitment to listening to parents, getting controversial curriculum out of the classroom, and of course, their commitment to border security. Check out that voter guide again at electionguidecalifornia.org, or just go to the website reformcalifornia.org. Please share it. You are part of our viral marketing team, and do chip in a contribution at reformcalifornia.org so that we can wage the campaigns on these ballot measures, on these initiatives, and in support of our good border security candidates. Until next time, Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California. Help us break through the censorship of the liberal media. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and smash that notification button so you can stay up to date on all the developments in California news and politics. Also, please visit the website, reformcalifornia.org, for ongoing news coverage and to join one of our campaigns in the fight to take back our state. If you can, please sign up as a volunteer or chip in a contribution. This episode of Reform California with Carl DeMaio, paid for by Carl DeMaio for State Assembly 2024.